I'm Lisa Pickering, and welcome to CITV's Press Talk. Here's the most recent news and information from the government of Bermuda.
Good morning, everybody. Nice to see so many bright, smiley faces. And this young lady over here, what's your name? Amira. When she was saying, when Marie said, how are you feeling today? She said, great. It's not often you hear that on a Monday morning. Will it last all day? Yes. I like that attitude. I'm delighted to be here with my colleagues. I have the Minister of Health, Minister Atherden, over here, there. She's a very important lady because health is very important. And then I have my colleague, MP Leah Scott, who's the MP for this area here today. And I came at the invitation of your principal. Where'd Cindy go? Right there, yeah. And Ms. Beach, to join you in this very important assembly about fitness and health. We take health for granted. And I'm much older than all of you sitting on the floor and most of you sitting in here. But one thing I've come to understand is that if you're not healthy and if you don't take care of your health, your day is not going to be great. So we have to do something about it. And so what I try to do every single day, I wake up early. Who can guess what time I wake up every morning? Young man right here. Take a guess. And I didn't even tell him. Right on. I wake up 5 o'clock every day, and you know, I enjoy waking up every morning so much, I don't even do it with an alarm clock. Never, ever used an alarm clock in my life. The only time I ask somebody to wake me up is if I'm away and I'm coming home on the plane that day. I'm not missing that plane coming home to Burma, trust me. But I wake up every day without an alarm clock because I love life. And the first thing I do, after I check my phone to make sure everything's fine in Bermuda, I put on my exercise clothes and go to the gym. Every morning I have a workout. So Ms. Beach, you take it easy on me today because I've already done my 45 minutes of cardio exercise and some push-ups and some sit-ups and things like that. So I'm ready for my great day. Yes, what's your question?
I wake up at 6:30 in the morning.
That's pretty good. What time do you go to bed? That's too late. That's too late because especially for young people, you need to get your sleep because sleep is a requirement for being healthy. Eating right, exercise, and sleep are probably three of the most important things you can do. So if you think you can stay up late and grow up and have strong bones and live a healthy life without sleep, you're fooling yourself. You can do it a couple of days, but as young people, you need to get your sleep. So even take a nap some afternoons on the weekend. Yes, you have a question for me?
My mommy woke me up too early.
Mommy woke you up too early. I'll have to talk to your mommy about that. But it's important to eat right and be healthy. And if you're young, so you feel pretty good most days, don't you? You feel pretty good most days, young man? But when you get older, you have to work at it. You have to protect it. And as young people, the habits that you learn now can carry you through the rest of your life. So if you learn good habits now about eating, about studying in school, then you will carry those habits for the rest of your life and you will have a good foundation to be successful. So when I was younger, I learned a hard lesson. My father died at a young age. He was 40 years old. He died from a stroke. Anybody know what a stroke is? Yes, young man, right here.
I think a stroke means that you're not healthy.
That's right.
And sometimes you die from maybe not being healthy enough.
That's right. He had a very catastrophic attack on the systems in his body, and it was put down to he smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and he had a stroke and he passed away. At that time, I was 15, and I thought to myself, I lost my best friend, I lost my hero. There's no way I'm going to die young. And so I decided to be healthy. I've never smoked, and I've always tried to exercise every day because I figured if I exercise, eat healthy, of course, I still love my desserts, I still have some good times, I can live a long and productive life. And I'm 58, I feel pretty good. So when you're young, learn the good habits. Now, come on, Mary. 58's not that old. I saw her face go, huh? 58's not that old. So learn the habits when you're young. And you know what? You can also teach your parents good habits too. Tell them what you learned in school today. Tell them what Miss Beach has told you. Because they need to be healthy too to take care of you. So life can be tough. But if you learn good habits, especially good health, life will be fun. So I'm glad to be here today, and I look forward to joining you. And I'm happy to take one more question from this young man right here. Yes, sir.
I eat a lot of apples.
That's good. What do they say about an apple?
Juicy. And apples help.
Apple a day keeps who away? Keeps the doctor away. So I like apples too. Well, it's great to be here. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to talk to you, and I'm excited about your assembly, Ms. Beach. Thank you very much for such a warm welcome. Get ready, huh?
So, what do you think about that, boys and girls? That was a good start? That was a good start? Okay. We're now going to listen to some other important things from the Minister of Health, the Honorable Jean Atherden, MPJP. She's my big boss. Give her a hand.
I always like to follow Marie and follow the Premier because they get everybody up and engaged. And I'm really happy to be here today because I want to talk to you a little bit about the Premier's Council on Nutrition and Sport and Fitness, because a while ago, as Marie said, I'm the minister responsible for health and seniors. And it's amazing that the two things go together because seniors are the largest growing population in Bermuda. So while we're at the senior, you're there, and we're hoping that you'll progress and follow us. But as Minister of Health, what I found was when we did some of our surveys that in Bermuda, we have lots of people who are not well. We have lots of people who are living longer and not living well. So we want to make sure that you do not become one of those statistics. And what we're finding is that as people get ill, lots of the things that cause them to get ill are due to poor nutrition, not enough exercise, and not getting enough rest. And when you stop and think about that, that results in things like heart conditions, diabetes. Has anybody heard about diabetes, what diabetes is? The young lady down the back, she put her hands up. Tell me what you know about diabetes. You're the one who's looking at me. Straight ahead, stand up. What do you know about diabetes? And that's something that I think, if you start to talk with each other, you'll find that there's lots of things that if you happen, you'll find that family members have had diabetes, or they've had high cholesterol or high blood pressure. But those are types of things that when one of the other guests will talk about it, we're reminded that some of these things are actually influenced by our poor lifestyles. And when I say lifestyles are things like, do you get enough exercise? And as the Premier said, lifestyles are things like, do you get enough rest? And also we're finding that there's two things that unfortunately go together, which is diabetes and obesity. And we're finding that in Bermuda, we all do not get enough exercise. And as a consequence, we put on more weight than we think. And we get to the stage where I always say to myself when I look in the mirror, the weight came on slowly, but it's sure I always try to take it off quickly, and it never happens. The same way it took a long time for the weight to get on, it's going to take a long time to get off. But more importantly, because I'm here today, I want to say to you that we've determined that if we want to have something different, we have to start with you. We have to start with you because you're our young people, and the lifestyles you develop now are going to be those lifestyles you're going to keep and be hard to change later. So the Premier's Council on Fitness, Sport, and Nutrition is designed to go into the schools and talk to the young people about what they can do differently. And at certain levels, the P3, the P5, and P7, we're actually going to start to monitor how much exercise they have. We're going to monitor what they're doing in terms of the nutrition and give them advice on how to change what they're doing. Work with their parents so that we know what they're eating, we know what they're doing. You know why we're doing that? Can you imagine why we believe it's important for you to change your lifestyle? Do you know what it does with respect to school? See, there's that young lady right there. She just had a yawn. But she doesn't realize that part of this is if you're not getting enough exercise, if you're not eating well and getting up, then you're tired. And you know what? If you're tired during the day, when your teachers are telling you all this good information, you really want to pay attention to them, but your body is saying, oh, I wish I'd gotten in my bed earlier. And so it's important for us to try and do what we can to get you more fit, get more exercise, get out there, get engaged, because all the information that you learn are going to be what we need you to have when you become the seniors of tomorrow, and when you become the persons who are going to turn around and get involved. So all I want to say to you is, please listen to the information that you've heard today. Listen to the information, and as a young man, I'm going to ask you what your question is in a minute. But it's important because the lifestyles that you change, that you have now, are the ones that we will not have to change later if you've chosen the right ones. So I really going to encourage you to do whatever. It doesn't matter whether you are doing things in school, whether you have a nice walk later on, whether you have a walk with your friends, whether you do some exercises at home, but just do things that are designed to keep you more fit, get your rest, and try and eat as much nutritious meals as you can. And I guess I have to say the plug for the other thing, which is, and I'm sure that you're one of the schools that has water in school, because we've actually tried to make sure that schools stop having sugary drinks, because sugary drinks, as the Premier said, anything in moderation is fine, but we have to make sure that you don't have lots of sugary drinks. Young man here. He did. And as this is a note I'll finish on, as we start to do our research, we find that our seniors are living longer, but they're not living as healthily as they used to. So we want them to live long because we want them to pass on all the information and advice to all of us, but we want them to be as healthy as possible. So when you're home, when you're talking to your mother and your sisters and your granny and your grandpas, just remind them about what we talked about today. Getting their rest, getting lots of exercise, eating healthily, and I cannot stress enough, something that I don't do enough, but I'm still stressing it. Get that water. Remember those 8 glasses a day, all of those things? We keep forgetting that water does things to our body. Water makes sure that our body replenishes itself, and water makes sure that things that we don't need disappear. So thank you for having me, and I look forward to coming back another time, and I'll turn it over to Mrs. Beach.
Good morning, boys and girls. How are you this morning? Fine. How many of you got up this morning and ran 2 miles? You did? Well done. I got up this morning too, and I ran 2 miles, and when I got up this morning, I didn't feel like it, but I did it. I'm not as good as the Premier, though. I didn't get up at 5. I got up at 6:30. But it's important every day to get some exercise and to try and to eat right. At this age, I'm not as old as the Premier, but I do think that learning at an early age to eat right and to have exercise, if you do it now, it will become part of your lifestyle, and you won't feel good if you don't do it. You won't be able to go a day without exercise. You won't be able to go a day without eating healthy. And I like candy, I like chips, but you know what? Instead of those things, I eat grapes, I eat raisins, I make my own kale chips and things that are healthy. So you don't always have to give up the things that you like to have a healthy lifestyle. There are lots of things out there that you can eat that will taste just as good as the things that are not good for you. So thank you for having me here. I want to see you all running and healthy and happy. Thank you.
Morning, students. How you feeling? Are you tired sitting down on the floor? All right, let's stand up. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. All right, everybody there? All right, so we're going to do 10 jumping jacks. You ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Have a seat, everybody except for that dude right there in the white shirt. You, the one with your hands in your pockets who didn't do jumping jacks. Come on, give me a couple, let's go. Ready? No? Okay, all right. Everybody have a seat. Okay, and the reason we did that is because exercise is very important. And it's the things that you learn now as young people that will be life lessons that you can continue to use. And when you start to get regular exercise, you'll do better in schoolwork, you'll be better behaved, and it's very important. I too get up early like the premier and exercise. As a matter of fact, I actually taught a spin class this morning. So, yes. Yeah. So, what's a spin class? A spin class is indoor cycling. So it's at the gym with a classroom full of people working out. And I did that before I started my work day today because it is very important. So I just wanted to also say good morning to everyone, to our students and our teachers. And do not underestimate the importance of effective exercise and eating properly.
So boys and girls, listen, boys and girls, the reason why I always do this with you every year is just to help you to remember that you can move your body or exercise anywhere. You don't always have to go where? Outside. You can move your body. Sometimes I dance with you, but I didn't dance today. I'm not as awesome as you all are, so some days I don't dance. But we're going to do one more thing. The game that I told you about with the premier and the ministers and the MP, we're going to have a plank off.
Ready?